Hello, peace and love, everyone. Just so you know, there's a couple links in the description box of this video to my website, TiaraSharde.com. You can certainly check me out there. You can check me out on my YouTube channel, Nature Girl Neo. I have a special promotion going on for you guys. You schedule a reading with me, a tarot reading with me, and you get a free follow-up reading. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. Okay, make sure you take advantage of that. Welcome, come on in. I hope all is well. How you doing? Peace and love, everyone. So today's video is balancing the spiritual with the material. Why must we do this? What does it mean? You know, I say this quite often. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So it's important for us to find that balance. On my own journey, I had an issue doing that. You know, it's like I touched down. I was spiritually connected. I have no problem connecting with the divine whatsoever. But it was the material world, it was the physical world that was a bit challenging for me, I guess I'd say. And this challenge showed up for me, I guess, in terms of money, right? Because I was always kind of anti-money for some reason, you know? And I just really was focused on my inner world and my subconscious mind and my intuition and my dreams, you know, being empathic and having these psychic impressions, that I really neglected the physical. I didn't quite understand it. And, you know, growing up, I saw so many, not just in my own family, but, you know, in this reality, I saw how money was being abused and how people were abusing people in the pursuit of money. Or, you know, they had money, so they think that they can manipulate others who don't have it. So I kind of had like this whole thought process where money was this like bad thing. Hey, peace and love, welcome. So I kind of had this thought process where money was this bad thing. And then as I progressed on my spiritual journey, I realized, like, no, money is not bad. Money's not bad, right? It's a necessary form of currency in the reality that we live in. So I needed to tap in to that and balance the two. And I find that, you know, we have issues when it comes to that, right? Some of us are either too material. All we think about is money, or all we think about is what we have on, or what somebody can give us that's of material value. And sometimes we neglect being spiritual. Hey, welcome, thanks for the love. And you know, sometimes we neglect the spiritual side of us. I'm just plugging in my charger, guys. So that's what I realized on this journey, that it was vital for us to have this balance. And, you know, when it comes to our spiritual practitioners, we tend to look at them a little strange when they go into business based off of their spirituality, their spiritual gifts, their inner knowing. And, you know, I personally struggled with that along my journey. You know, not feeling like I should be charging for what I do. And then I had a bunch of mentors and a bunch of oracles saying, like, no, you have these gifts because you are being asked to make this your living, make this your career. You're being asked to do this. You're providing a service, and I am in service of other people. You guys are not in service of me. I'm in service of you all. Hey, peace and love, welcome. So that's the balance that I had to find. And I'm a Libra too, so we're on a constant journey of balancing ourselves out. It's like never ending. And then when it comes to the spiritual aspects of it, it's balancing the spiritual aspects of it with the material, right? So it's like, especially when it comes to spiritual practitioners, it's like people automatically think that spiritual practitioners should be like broke and humble. They should be damn near impoverished. And it's like, it's the complete opposite, right? Spiritual practitioners should actually be extremely wealthy. And even spiritual practice, most of us tend to believe that we can't have it both. We can't have both of those. We can't be deeply spiritual and deeply immersed in the material in ways that can provide security for us, that can provide income for us. And that is completely false. It's completely false. Okay, I do want to say support your spiritual practitioners out there. Okay, I do. I show a lot of love, especially in finding balance with the spiritual and the material. Understand that they do a great service, you know. And if we want to bring it down to a mundane level, we can even talk about what did someone mention to me, or what was makeup. You know, they say, well, if you're a spiritual woman, you shouldn't be wearing makeup. Like, that's foolish. That's a foolish concept, really, because you can't gauge somebody's spirituality off of the fact that they wearing lip gloss, or the fact that they have box braids in their hair. That's ridiculous. Or the fact that he's wearing cologne. It's like, we have to find that middle ground, you guys, the spiritual and the material. We have to remember that we are spiritual. We are souls. We are spiritual beings having this human experience. We come into this place already balanced, and it's like we tip the scales in a way that is not healthy for us. And I find that, like, it's really detrimental for our well-being when we are too spiritual or when we are too material. And like I said before, that was me. I was all about spirituality. I just wanted to learn. I wanted to study. I wanted to connect with my spirit guides. I wanted to know everything I needed to know, right? But I was neglecting the physical. I was neglecting the physical and not making that connection. So I was not eating right, not connecting that my food is a part of me being spiritual, what you put in your body, the people that you are around. I wasn't making those connections. I wasn't. So I was mistreating myself, or, you know, being spiritual and thinking that, you know, you only need 5 outfits, 1 pair of shoes. You know what I mean? It's like, no, like, where did these concepts come from? Where did they come from? I think it's false. You know, we really have to connect the two together. We have to see them for what they are. And, you know, a lot of us, we do tend to look down on people who are spiritual practitioners. I see that a lot, you guys. That's why I'm repeating it, and I feel it even now. Like, we really do tend to look down on our spiritual practitioners. And many times on my journey, it was like, well, you're charging people for knowledge that should be free. And it's like, the knowledge is free. The knowledge is free. My time isn't. My time's not free. I don't get that back. You know, I can be investing time into my own spiritual growth, but I'm in service of you and I'm giving it to you. And if you're not valuing the time, then if you're not valuing that material, I can give you the spiritual. They go hand in hand. You have to find that balance, you guys. It's all about that. It's all about that. And, you know, I said this in my last video too, because I see it a lot with our spiritual practitioners and those who, you know, are really in service of other people who are in service of the divine. It's like, people will go to the grocery store, they'll pay for groceries, they know they gotta pay, they know they're not getting their groceries for free. They'll go to the doctors and they'll make that co-payment. They know they can't just go to the doctor for free. They go to the clothing store, they buy clothes, they do all of that. But when it comes to spirituality and when it comes to seeing a spiritual practitioner, they expect the practitioner to just give things away for free. It's like, doesn't make any sense. And it's all about the balance of the spiritual and the material, because you're willing to purchase material things. You're willing to do that, but you're not willing to purchase spiritual things. And it's like, nah, you have to balance the two. And that's why there's people like me here. That's why there's people like, you know, my oracles that be hitting me up on Facebook. That's why there's these websites and these practitioners, because the people are in need of balancing the spiritual and the physical and the material. They're in need of connecting to their spirituality. And that's why you have people showing up in their lives to help them do that. Okay, again, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. But if you're so caught up in this material world, you're not going to see how important being spiritually connected is. You're not going to get it. So you're being sent help. You're being sent guides to show you the other side of the coin, because it's all about that duality. It's all about that balance. Okay, you have to have both, because we came here with both. We touched down on this planet with both. Our souls was like, all right, I signed this little contract. Let me get up in here. I got work to do. And we're in this physical body. We're already balanced when we come in, the spiritual and the material. But it's us who choose to gravitate towards one or the other, and not always seeing how important it is to balance the two. And like I said, I be telling on myself in all my videos, y'all. I don't care. I speak my truth, because that is part of my ascension, to tell you guys what's up. I was like that, so spiritual, like, nope, I don't need any money, it's cool. Nope, just give me this, I'm straight. And then in one aspect of it, I had a lot of clothes. I had a lot of clothes, a lot of shoes, a lot of makeup, a lot of perfumes. You know, my Marc Jacobs, you know, my Nine West shoes, Steve Madden's, Vince Camuto's. I had those. And it's like, I kind of lost track. It's like, okay, like I'm so spiritual. And then I got too material. And I needed to find that balance. And I came here, and I tell people a lot. And if you guys are watching my journey on my YouTube channel, Nature Girl Neo, you can see my very first video. I have like over 80 videos now, which is crazy to me. I didn't even realize I had that many. But when I first came out here, I gave away a lot of my stuff. Some stuff was on eBay. Some stuff was left right where they was at. And I didn't really care who got it. And I had really nice things, you guys. But it was because I needed to let go of all that no longer served me. I needed to let go of that material, and I needed to reconnect with my spirituality. And that's what I ended up doing. And now I'm in a place where it's like, all right, I see both sides. I see both sides. I see three sides. I see the depth of the spirituality. I see the depth of the material. And now it's the balance of the two. And it's like, oh, you know, I like it here. This is real balance. Like, I still have nice things. My lip gloss is popping, but I'm up here in front of y'all, serving y'all, being a spiritual practitioner, speaking my truth, and knowing how to walk that line. And as a Libra, when I tell you, that is so liberating to actually know, like, oh shit, I'm in balance, y'all. Look at me, hey, check me out, like I got it. So that's where I'm at right now, balancing the spiritual and the material. And, you know, coming into understanding. And, you know, when it comes to money, that material aspect of our reality, like I said, I was anti-money. I did not want to charge people for the services I provide at all. Like, people were like, nah, like, this is your inheritance. Like, this is your birthright. This is why you're here. And I'm just like, nah, I don't feel I should be charging the people, like, for what? Like, and then it started dawning on me, like, yo, the divine doesn't want me out here struggling. The divine don't want you out here struggling. The divine doesn't want you hungry. The divine doesn't want you broke. The divine doesn't want you showing up with flip-flops because you think that you don't deserve a nicer pair of sandals. That's not how this place is set up. I had to get that. It took me it took me a few years to decide to charge people anything at all. But recently, when I came here to Costa Rica, it took like a full year for me to like really launch what I do as a business. Because before, I had been helping people, like been on this shit, been doing this, been giving readings, consultations, counseling, having people fly out to Costa Rica and live with me and stay with me. So I had been doing this stuff. I had been doing retreats. Ben did that. But I wasn't understanding the balance of spirituality and materialistic things, material things. I wasn't getting it, you know. So I had a couple business people, I had a couple spiritual practitioners, I had some psychics, I had some mentors come into my life, and I'm so grateful for them because they showed me, they showed me that I wasn't balancing the two, that I was really doing myself a disservice, that I was not in alignment with the divine, with what I was doing. Pardon me, you guys. Let me just look real quick. Yeah, there we go. They were able to show me that I was not fully in alignment. I had thought I was in alignment because I'm like, look, I let go of what no longer served me. I got rid of all this stuff that didn't really make me happy. You know, I left my country just because I was compelled to do so. You guys don't have to leave wherever you are. You don't have to. Hey, welcome y'all who just joined in. You don't have to leave wherever you are to be spiritual. I don't believe that. But this is what I was pulled to do, so this is what I did. So I thought I was on a roll. I thought I was doing good. And then I had these psychics and oracles come to me, and they're like, nah, baby, like, but your calling is different. This is supposed to be your business. Like, you're supposed to charge people for tarot readings, consultations, divinations, retreats. And like I said, it took me a full year before I was like, yeah, you know what? I do deserve that. Like, wait a minute, this is my inheritance. This is my birthright. Like, this is literally why I showed up in this place today, in this time and space, for this. So that was when I began to balance the spiritual and the material right now, right here and right now. So what you guys see in front of you is that balance of the two. Okay? It's the balance. Like, a lot of y'all know me as Neo. You know, you see me up there. Hey, welcome y'all who just joined in. Hey. You know, you guys see me in my shorts and my tank tops and all of that. Like, a lot of you guys who watch me, y'all don't know the other side of me. Y'all know Neo. Y'all never met Tiara. Y'all don't know TiaraSharde. TiaraSharde, woo, I was fly, honey, okay? Heels every day. Working in my upscale hair salon in Long Island. I was popping, makeup done, BB cream, all of that. I never had like a beat face. I didn't like a lot of makeup. I didn't do that contour, none of that. I didn't need any of that. I was like, look, I already got a natural contour. I'm not doing that. All right. But, you know, I had my shoes popping. I had my heels on. So I was fly. And y'all didn't get to see that part of me. Y'all saw Neo. And you guys seeing Neo is the start of me finding that balance. Excuse me, guys. I'm just moving the fan here. I'm just moving the fan. Okay. So you guys seeing Neo was the start of me balancing spiritual and material. Yeah, that was where it started. Because like I said, I got rid of all my clothes because it felt like baggage after a while. It felt like baggage. Like, I was still deeply spiritual, but I had all these things, and I felt like they were holding me back, and they had all these energies attached to them. And I was just like, ugh, I don't really feel comfortable anymore. Like, I need to, like, I just need to get rid of all of it. So I left a lot of clothes, you guys. A lot of clothes and shoes and bags and makeup and perfume. I just left it. Because, like I said, I was unbalanced. I showed up in this place deeply spiritual, but I was neglecting the material. And then I dove too deep into material that, you know, spirit was like, all right, baby, like, we need to get you together. And you have a bigger calling. So we need you to wake up, you know, speed up this awakening. Because we go through many different levels of awakening our whole entire life. You know, this is not, many of us, this is not our first go around in the awakening process. But spirit was just like, nah, this is what you're about to do. You're about to go to Costa Rica. You know, and this was before I met any of the folks that you guys might have seen me with. I was never a part of them. Let's just be clear. You guys can watch my first few videos. I was never a part of that group. That's not how it worked. I had already gotten divine messages to come here to Costa Rica. Already had gotten that. I had already gotten the messages to come to the tropics. It was literally in my birth chart. That's why I push birth chart reports, because it's a way for you to find out your life's purpose. The North Node, a way to find out your soul's purpose. I had already done all that work, so I knew where I was going. It just so happened I came here to Costa Rica and ran into that group that will not be named, okay? Because I don't want that energy in my life, all right? Because I had a purpose there. I had a mission to do, and I did it, and I accomplished it, and then I went about my business. I went about the rest of my journey. That's why I was here. That's why I'm here in Costa Rica. So that was me being Neo, because I had always been Neo. I had always stuck to that. In my mind, I was always Neo. Even as a child, you know, there's a story, well, not a story, it's a real life thing, a real life prophecy that I received as a child. So Neo, and then seeing the Matrix, that was always me. But you guys on here, you guys just know Neil. You don't know TiaraSharde, okay? But now you guys are seeing me, my name, TiaraSharde, with the balance of the spiritual and the material. So now it's like, oh, all right. Like I said, I saw three sides. I saw the deep spiritual side. I saw the deep material side. And now I see the balance. Now I am that balance. That's why my lip gloss is popping, okay? All right? Because it's like, yeah, you know, I feel like I've come through such a journey where I have a different perspective on things. I have a newer perspective on things. And I was saying before, like there's people out here who be like, well, if you're a spiritual woman, you shouldn't be wearing makeup. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Cut that shit out. Who said that? The most spiritual people used to wear eyeliner. Cut it out. The most spiritual people in our ancient history used to wear wigs. Stop it. Cut the shit. That doesn't mean that you're not spiritual. It just means you have a full understanding of the reality that we live in. That's what that means. So cut it out. All right. But now that I'm balanced, it's like, you know what? I feel like I could wear some heels now. Let me go ahead and purchase some shoes because I'm balanced. I'm balanced in the two. I could be just as spiritual and give you a divination right now and have a whole weave in if I felt like it. It has nothing to do with that. And it's the balance, you guys. I feel like we dive so deep into spirituality, or we dive so deep into religion, that we forget that we are physical beings. We are human beings. You know? That you can have it. You could have both. You could have both. In fact, you were placed here on this planet in this time and space to have both. You don't have to choose. Get both of them. BOFFUM. Both of them. You could have them both. So I really want to say that to encourage you guys. I see a lot of that on social media. Like, oh, you know, she's wearing box braids. She can't be that spiritual. Like, what? Okay, oh, well, you know, he doesn't have an Ankh or a dashiki, so I can't really trust his level of spirituality. Like, come on, we got to cut that out. Like, we really have to cut it out because it's about the soul. It's about the soul. It's about your consciousness, and consciousness is what you are aware of. What are you aware of? And people think, you know, consciousness means, yeah, I wore an Ankh today. I use shea butter. That's not consciousness. That doesn't make you conscious. Conscious is knowing how you show up in the world. Knowing who you are. Knowing your connection to him, her, this, and that. That's conscious. So I really wanted to just drop in. This video was longer than I had planned, you guys. I was just gonna do a quick 2.2 minute video, but this is like 20 minutes. But yeah, so you guys leave some comments in the comment section, post some questions. Like, have any of y'all experienced that, like in imbalance with spirituality and the physical and the material? You know, how are you guys navigating with that? You know, how are you balancing the two? You know, and even those of us who practice magic, y'all know you gotta balance the spiritual and the material. Duh. Like, that's how you bring it in, right? So yeah, you guys, that is all. Again, I have a couple links in the description box. Make sure you click on them. Make sure you take advantage of my tarot special, where you get a tarot reading with me and you get a free follow-up reading, you guys, okay? And I do that for y'all because a lot of people be like, a free... There are some spiritual practitioners, you guys, who don't do it for... They don't do it in service of other people. They do it for the money. But I don't. I do it because it's my calling, because I was pulled to do it, because I was called to do it. And I know what these services have done for me. So that's why I practice them. That's why I offer them to you guys. And the divine told me, like, yeah, you're going to do this. And I was like, all right, cool. All right, well, just help me do this. But, so yeah, a lot of people do not offer free anything, but I'm offering it to you guys. So make sure you schedule an appointment with me. Also in the description box, you could join my group, Twinflame Connection for Bosses. It's lit. And so in there, we're connecting our spiritual life. We're connecting the spiritual and the material. Wow. So we're connecting our spirituality, our love life, and our business. So if you are interested in that, send me a message. There are a couple of requirements. I tell people all the time, this is not your average conscious dating group. This is not your average business group. Nah, no. It's all three. It's spiritual, it's dating, and it's business. So we're taking care of all three, so you guys get in where you fit in, all right? So send me a message. I love y'all. Peace and love. Mwah.